welcome to your Monday Morning Yoga Minutes. I'm Audra Monk and I teach at Mountain Spirit Yoga in Middletown, Maryland. And we would love for you to join us there for a workshop or a class. Or occasionally we're out in the community and we teach a workshop there. And in fact, I'm going to share a little balance practice today. We did on Saturday. We did a yoga and wine thing at the Antietam Creek Vineyards, and it was wonderful. So if we do something like that again, you should definitely come and join us. But anyway, let's talk about balance. And balance is close to my heart. I feel that whether we're young or medium or older, we all need to work and practice on our balance, because that's what happens in the real world. The sidewalk changes, there's a hole in the ground, whatever it is, and we need to know how to recover and what to do. So today we're going to warm up a teeny tiny bit, because I always feel it's important, and then we're going to play with Warrior One going into tree pose. So come and join me. So you need a mat. You can do this without a mat. You could do, once we get to the warrior and the tree pose, you may want to do this in your kitchen with your hand on a counter. That's totally fine. Or your hand on a wall. That can work for you too. But come on in and let's warm up. So we're going to come to hands and knees. Take your time. Come on down nice and careful. Maybe step a foot forward and a foot back. Knowing how to get up and down off the floor is definitely also a very good thing to have in our skills. So if you need a little extra padding, put that under your knees. We won't be here long. So decide what's right for you today. All right, so we're going to come on down to hands and knees. Take your time. Get the knees under the hips and the hands under the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Pull the belly in and lengthen the spine. And I think no matter how short the practice, taking just a moment to pause and breathe is really important. Okay, and then we're going to move this very gently. One of my most favorite little teeny baby flows from table pose to child's pose. So when you're ready, exhale, slide the hips back and the head towards the earth. Inhale, come back to kneeling, belly in gently. Let this repeat. If you just crawled out of bed, you may want to take this slower. You may want to pause longer. So it's totally up to you. Let's go once more. And then we're going to pause in that child's pose. So you might want to widen your knees. You may even want to just come to the elbows. You might want to slide the hips back, and maybe you bring one or two fists or a block under the forehead, or maybe your forehead is low and your hands are forward or your hands are back. So lots and lots of choices. We moved a little, and now we're going to let ourselves sink in. Next up is downward facing dog, or just carefully get yourself back up to standing. But if you're up for the dog, it'll stretch your legs a little more, so they'll have a little bit more fun in the warrior pose. So my fingers are spread wide. Let's shift the weight forward, tuck the toes, lift the knees, and slide the hips behind. And go ahead and walk your dog here. You might press one heel deeper, and then the next. You might shake out your head gently, yes and no. You might wag your tail. So much you can do, whatever feels right. Good. All right, and then settle into the down dog. It's totally okay to keep the knees bent here if that's where your down dog is today. If that makes your back happy, that's what you got to do. Good, we're breathing. And then let's very carefully walk our hands and feet together. Take your time. Bend your knees a lot. Bring those hands to the thighs and come all the way up to standing. All right, shake it out a little. So because these are short videos, we're just gonna move on. If you need more practice in your body, more warm up, please just pause and go do that. It's totally okay. All right, so come to the front of your mat. Feel both feet nice and subtle. Let's see, let me look. It's interesting, the sun is diffused today, but the windows are very bright, so I'm gonna slide back a little. All right, shoulders down and back. Pause in Tadasana. Feel the feet nice and even. All right, and then we're going to take one foot. I'm going to step my right foot back, but whatever foot works for you. Bend your knees a little and step your foot back. Try not to kick your dog. Let your heel be last and your toes angle in. We want the hips to face towards that front leg. So for ease of movement, I'm going to widen my front foot, meaning the width of my mat, so my hips are nice and happy. All right, so I've got a little bend in the knee, and I'm going to straighten and bend, because as much as I try, I can't skip the warm-up phases of most poses. Straighten and bend, checking that my knee is tracking out over the center of the foot. Okay, just one more. I really promise we are getting to that warrior one. There we go. Now we're going to settle. You could leave your hands down or bring your arms up. Relax the shoulders. Okay. So to move from warrior one to tree pose, we're going to do this 3 times. The first 2, we're going to take the baby steps. And then the third one, if you're feeling good, we're going to do a little more. So I'm going to bring my arms down. I'm going to lean forward a little bit, put the weight in this front leg. Back foot's going to come up on the toe, and I'm going to step forward and tap my toe. And then I'm going to open the knee and lift the foot if it'll lift. If it feels right, I'm going to add the arms up for tree pose. Okay, I'm going to get myself out. Bring your hands down, bring your knee back forward, and step the foot back. There we go. All right, so I'm going to turn and face towards the camera. So if you need to see what happens at the front, you can. All right, so a nice, comfortable warrior one. You're right there. We're going to go again just like we did. But for a moment, add the arms. Relax the shoulders. All right, bring the hands down. Shift the weight a little bit forward. Start to lift that back heel. Step forward and tap the toe. Open the knee. And if you like, lift it up and add the arms. Tree pose. Very nice. Let's take it back. So bring the arms down. Bring the knee in. Checking for my dog. I am going to step on the dog. Slide. There you go, pup. Slide the hips back. Bring the arms up. Warrior one. All right, so we have one more for this side. So if it's feeling good and it feels right for you, we're going to just step up right into tree pose. But if you need the in-betweens, you take the in-betweens. If your dog gets in the way and you need an in-between, you take an in-between. All right, I'm going to lift the back heel. Are you ready? And warrior one, 2, tree pose. Oh, I'm going to tap down today. I'm going to take my tree pose. Breathing here. Find your focal point. Look to the floor or the wall in front of you. Good. And then we're going to step it back. Arms can stay up or arms can come down. Warrior one. And gently release the arms. And step the back foot in. Good job. All right, so you just have the other side and you'll be ready to go about your day. So let's step our left foot back. Widen the pose as needed for you today. So your heel is down. In general, the hips are forward. The shoulders are down and back. And let's bend and straighten our new front leg. Good. Just check in on the knee. Finding it a happy place to be. All right, and one more. Settle in. Add the arms if you'd like. And of course, the option is always to leave the arms down. If you're building strength, you're building your habits, you're building your practice, modify as needed for you. All right, so we have 2 with the tap. Bring the hands down. Shift the weight. Lift the back heel. Step it forward and tap. Open the knee. Find a tree pose. Arms down or arms up. Take a breath. Good. Gently bring it down. Knee comes in. Step that foot back. Find the arms. Warrior one. All right, let's go again. Hands come down. Shift the weight. Tap the toe. Open the knee. Tree pose. All right, we have one more. Can we get back? So bring those arms down. Step it back. The knee came in. Whoa, and sometimes you're going to fall over in practice. All right, so here's that last one. Keep the taps, or if it feels right for you, take it all in one fluid motion. So I'm finding my warrior one. I'm looking to my wall or my floor. I'm shifting the weight and placing the foot where it's going to go for today. Keeping that hip in. My hip was starting to go out, so you may have to check yours. Tree pose. We're going to pause and breathe here. All right, we're going to step it back. You might leave the hands up. You might put them down. Warrior one. And then the hands release. We step the back foot in. And there we are. Let's stand in our Tadasana a moment. Feet about hip distance apart. Shoulders roll down and back so you're tall and steady. Maybe soften your eyes and feel for a moment. Feel that work and strength within the legs. If you became frustrated at any time, let it go. Just remind yourself, I did what I needed to do today. Let's take one beautiful inhale together. So inhale the arms out wide. Maybe look up if you like. And exhale and bring those hands to the heart. Good. And then from here, we do want to even those hips up a little. I was ready to end and then I realized I just couldn't. So we're going to sit in a chair pose. Bring those hands to the thighs. Good. Settle it in and lift up and lower down one more time. And then tip forward and bring those hands or elbows to the thighs. Lift the hips if yours will lift. Oh, that hamstring stretch feels glorious. I'm so glad I took an extra moment here to share this with you. Breathing here. All right, now we can end together. So drop the hips a little. Inhale, sweep those arms out and around. And exhale, and bring the hands to the heart. There we go. Now our little mini practice is complete. So thank you so very much for joining me. Give me a like, give me a love, give me a comment. Share this video if you'd like. Tell your friends. And I'll see you next week. Thank you and namaste.